evening, everybody, from the Alex G. Spano Center on the campus of the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California. Welcome to West Coast Conference Hoops on ESPN+, where tonight the Pacific Tigers welcome the Gonzaga Bulldogs to the Alex G. Spano Center. Welcome courtside, along with my partner, the great Bob Thomason. I'm Zach Bayruti. Great to have you along, Coach. It's always exciting when Gonzaga comes to town. They come to town unranked here tonight. Gonzaga coming off of a scare against San Francisco up at the Kennel the other day. The Tigers, meanwhile, coming off being demoralized by St. Mary's. Nearly a 50-point loss for Pacific, 76-28 in Moraga on Thursday. So if you're the Tigers, do you play tonight like you have nothing to lose, or do you play like you just got your tail whipped in Moraga?
Well, you don't like getting your tail whipped, so you'll back home. Nice crowd tonight. They get energized. They got to get off to a good start. They need to get the break going, get some easy baskets, hit some outside shots, and play really defense. But they got to handle the boards, and that's where they've been deficient all year.
Mentioned Gonzaga comes in unranked, and they were scared by San Francisco the other day. I think the game was not as close as the final score would indicate. Gonzaga did create some separation in the second half, but you got to imagine Mark Few's team is playing with a chip on its shoulder.
Yeah, and I think Gonzaga, St. Mary's, Santa Clara, and USF, I think they're all capable of beating each other. The question is, can anybody else beat those four teams?
The starting lineups are as follows for Mark Few, 25th season as the head coach of the Bulldogs. Ryan Nembhard, Nolan Hickman, Graham Ike, Anton Watson, and Ben Gregg. And for Leonard Perry in his third year as head coach of the Tigers, Donovan Williams, Cam Denson, Judson Martindale, Mo Odom, and Makai Richards. Our officiating crew, Ryan Holmes, Glenn Mayberry, and Matt Rafferty. And Makai Richards, Graham Ike will handle the opening tip. It is up. It's won by the Tigers, who are in the home whites, and Gonzaga in the traveling blues. And Donovan Williams will get the ball into the front court for Pacific, and coming off a 48-point loss to St. Mary's on Thursday, in which they scored only 28 points, only 14 points in each half. So the Tigers looking for a fast start here, and Mo Odom nearly gave him one, but that one rattles out.
Yeah, good shot.
Now Gonzaga's first possession. Anton Watson, the Spokane native, out to Gregg and back inside to Watson. Watson going to work on Cam Denson underneath the goal. Gives it out now left wing to Gregg and to Nolan Hickman. Hickman guarded up top by Donovan Williams to Ike, the Wyoming transfer. Ike banging his body down low with 6 on the timer. Ike leaves it short. Williams clamps the miss. Odom looking to push. Martindale running the baseline, and Martindale trying to leave a pass in the lane. Nobody was there, but the Tigers fortunate.
He's got to stop, make a jump stop and then make the pass. You're passing off the dribble, pretty tough.
Five to shoot, and Judson Martindale trying to make something happen. Gets in the lane, scoops it, can't get it. And Gregg with the rebound. This is Ryan Nembhard. Of course, his brother Andrew played at Gonzaga as well. And the ball is going to be out of bounds back to the Tigers. So still waiting for points here.
That was a good drive by Martindale. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. I always like players driving the ball to the basket, have a chance to get fouled, and also make an easy basket.
Zags applying some light backcourt pressure. The Tigers get it across. Cam Denson, powerful spin move, and he can't get Pacific on the board. This is Watson, and Watson lost it out of bounds. And they're going to say Tigers were last to touch. Fans don't like it. They thought that it was just lost out of the hands of Watson. Tough to tell there on the replay. Makai Richards maybe got a fingertip on it. That's at least what the officials think.
I'm saying, if you're watching that play and you don't know, that should be the Tigers' ball.
Nembhard lobs it baseline left to Ike. 20 seconds on the shot clock, and Nembhard can't break the ice. Ike pushed off for the rebound, so loose ball foul, and the Tigers will get it back. Still nothing inside the first 2 minutes. Obviously a lot of energy tonight here in the Spano Center. The fans, as tradition here, do not sit until the Tigers score their first points. That's why you see everybody standing. You never like that.
No, I like the opposite. I like to stand until the visitors scored. This way you want them standing a long time, where the other way you don't want them standing very long at all.
And I think you bring up a good point there, but it's the way it's always been done, even when you were coaching here. Amazing you didn't have the pull to change that when you were coaching.
I tell you, my last year I almost changed it because we were down 9-0 at home about 3 times to start the year. And we won all those games, but
I remember calling those games as Denson trying to beat the shot clock can't. Watson drives right of the lane, can't sneak it through. So still Bagels up on the scoreboard. Odom thought about shooting, gives it up to Williams instead. Lift fake, Williams no daylight after that lift fake, so gets it back to Odom. Odom double teamed, and now Williams a deep 3, and that won't go. Still nothing. Hickman with a shot fake, and he will get fouled on a reach.
I don't know why guys are leaving their feet on the perimeter. He's a big player, a little guard. He's leaving his feet to create that penetration. Just challenge the shot when he shoots it.
Ryan Nemhard, who transferred in from Creighton, was the most decorated freshman at Creighton since Doug McDermott. Really solid player that found his way to Gonzaga, and Gonzaga with the first points of the game. And it's Graham Ike doing the honors. Odom, good quickness, unable to finish. Richards' offensive rebound. Why didn't he go back up with it? Instead, Martindale will try and make a 3, and he does.
Want to get a 3. Easiest 3-point shot in basketball. Inside, outside shot.
I don't disagree, but it looked
Richards
like
shouldn't look to tack. At least check it out.
Looked like had he turned around, he could have just stuffed it home. But
he's just not a very confident player inside.
Tigers will take it, and Gonzaga commits an offensive foul, and it's going to be on Graham Ike. Judson Martindale getting Pacific on the board. So finally, it took about 4 minutes, but the fans able to sit here in Stockton. Pacific with the lead, something they didn't have at St. Mary's. They never did have a lead in that game. And a good early start here for the Tigers. They've kind of made it grindy.
They played good defense. They've rebounded very well. Gonzaga's made 2 or 3 turnovers already.
This is Martindale, walled off. Denson leaves for Richards. Richards going to work, left hand, and can't get the bounce.
There's 4 guys standing around and a lot of guys dribbling. You know, it's hard to create some things. You need more ball movement and dribble penetration.
Nolan Hickman started 36 games last year as a sophomore. Give it up top to Greg and now to Nemhard. 10 to shoot. Nemhard to Hickman, an on-balance 3, and he missed everything.
I know they've had a tough time shooting the ball late, and I think USF really rebounded well against them.
Good dish from Odom to Richards.
That's a good finish right there.
So count the basket, and there was a foul on the back end, and the foul is going to be, I believe, on Greg. And we'll tell you exactly. Actually, it was on Huff. It was on Braden Huff, beg your pardon, who had just checked in. So we'll clean that up when we come back, and the Tigers a chance at a 3-point play. Good start for Pacific, 15-12 to go in the first half. The Tigers 5, the Bulldogs 2 on ESPN+. 15-12 to go in the first half. Zach Bay-Rudy, Bob Thomason, great to have you with us from Stockton. The Tigers and the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Gonzaga 14-5 overall, 5-1 in league. Pacific 6-15, and looking for their first league win. It's odd to see Gonzaga come in, Coach, as an unranked team. They've been ranked the last many times they've come in here. I don't remember them coming in here not ranked, but you know, if you're Mark Few, you still have a really good squad, obviously, and most down years for Gonzaga, a lot of teams around the country would take as an up year. So, you know, looking at Gonzaga, and I know you've watched them along the way, but what's it going to take for them to kind of find that second gear that we've been accustomed to them finding?
I think sometimes you just think you're Gonzaga and you're going to win games. And you win games because you play good basketball. You know, you pass the ball to each other, you take good shots, you make good shots, and you play good defense, and you got to rebound the ball. I think their inconsistencies rebounding and shooting has made them be a little more inconsistent.
Obviously, Drew Timme was such an anchor for them for a number of years, and they're without him this year. So it is kind of a transition year for the Zags, who just turned the ball over. And this has been a good start here for the Tigers as Richards down low turns around and lays it in.
Very good job passing the ball.
So the Tigers, off a 48-point loss at St. Mary's the other night, have made some noise here in the first half, and there's going to be an over-the-back foul on Cam Denson trying to rebound over Watson.
That's too quick a whistle on that. They need to let guys fight for the ball a little more.
Mentioned Braden Huff is on the floor for Gonzaga, redshirt freshman from Glen Ellen, Illinois. And also, true freshman Dusty Stromer from Sherman Oaks is on the floor now for the Zags. Nemhard nearly fumbled it away. Top to Watson, lob it down low, and this is Huff. And they're going to say that it's basket interference.
Pretty easy high-low pass. He had him sealed right in the middle of the lane, which I always thought posting up right in the middle of the lane was the hardest one to guard. And it keeps the help side defense at bay, and you have a chance to make an easy basket.
And you saw there on the replay, it hit the glass, hit the backboard, and that's when Richards touched it, so it clearly was goaltending. Tigers a 7-4 lead, and the basketball. Williams weaving a skip pass to Odom, who drives baseline. No whistle, but Odom will just reverse lay it in. And now quick pass up the floor to Hickman. Gives it up to Watson. He'll take a three, and that's a bad shot. Odom looking to push and did not have numbers, so he'll slow it down. That's something that the Gonzaga teams under Mark Few have done so well, is they look for that quick three. On misses and makes, they'll get the ball up the floor quickly and see if that shot is there, and they did it that time. And Hickman passed to Watson, who could not make it, obviously, as Odom left it too strong. Good-looking shot.
Four guys getting back on defense. I never wanted four guys back on defense. They can look for that long rebound.
Stromer can't get it to fall, but Watson there to clean it up.
I think there's a lot of long rebounds, 15, 17 feet, where if you look in that long rebound, you can go get some of those.
Williams accelerates, dishes to Richards, and feathers it through.
Richards off to a good start. Good pass, good penetration, and you pass the ball under control.
It's been a nice response here by the Tigers coming off that loss. I mentioned a couple times now, but it just bears repeating because it was such a demoralizing loss on Thursday at St. Mary's for Pacific, as Hickman can't get it to go but will get to the line.
I think every loss I had as a coach was demoralizing. I hated them all.
I remember a few, though, that really stuck in your craw worse than others. I remember there was a game at Cal Poly. I think your team scored like 37 points.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that you do, but I tell you, the one that I thought they took away from us in the NCAAs, that's the ones that when you play really good and there's a tough call at the end, that really, when they later on, the commissioner says, that was the wrong call, and then you lose the game because of that, those are the ones that really sting.
I know we have more of a national audience tonight for this game, so if you're inclined, go to the 2006 NCAA tournament and see the Pacific Boston College box score. That was a game that Pacific should have won. There was a phantom foul called on Christian Moriker. The Tigers potentially could have gone to the Sweet 16. They would have had Montana next, and that was one of your best squads. And the officials ended up admitting long after that they missed that call. And that was one that Pacific fans will never get over because of what could have been. As a turnover here, and Nemhard is fouled, and he'll go to the line. Couldn't get the shot to go, but he was bumped off. And the foul is going to be on Judson Martindale. Enough contact there for you to call the foul?
Yeah, I think there was contact right there. You got to run in and get position. You got to get in front of the ball.
And Nemhard is a 79% free throw shooter and can't get the first. It's the third attempt from the line for Gonzaga. Nolan Hickman made the other two. So Nemhard splits him, and it's a 2-point game. This is a Denson drive. Denson met at the rim. It was a terrific block there by Braden Huff at 6'10". Now Nemhard leads for the trailer. Watson, but his pocket picked. And Odom has it. Tigers have numbers. Odom shovels to Nick Blake, and Blake puts it off the window. No, there was no whistle, but now there is one. And what do we got here, Glenn Mayberry?
Foul on the rebound, put back.
So they called a foul on Mekhi Richards. I thought they could have called one on Gonzaga when Nick Blake went up, but they call loose ball foul on Richards.
Well, I think we're shooting 2 free throws.
Oh, was that the call?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if it was Richards or on Huff of Gonzaga, but we'll find out when we come back after a timeout on the floor. 11:48 to go in the first half, and it's Pacific 11, Gonzaga 9 on ESPN+. Coach Thomason was right going into the break. The foul was on 34 of Gonzaga, not Pacific. I thought it was an over-the-back loose ball foul they called on Richards. It was actually on Braden Huff on the putback. So it'll be Cam Denson at the line to shoot these free throws for the Tigers, who lead 11-9. The Tigers have led most of this game, all but 23 seconds, as the first free throw is no good. That's after they broke the tie,
I used to tell my players, when you're tipping a ball, because they want to give you a 2-shot foul, make sure it looks like you're shooting. Fake it.
Denson's had his struggles at the line, but he's up to 50%, and he splits the pair. I know it doesn't seem like much saying that Denson's up to 50%, but he was languishing in the high 30s, low 40s for a while, so he's really come around with his foul shooting. And by splitting the pair, he gives the Tigers a 3-point lead here at the Alex G. Spanos Center. Anton Watson guarded by Richards. Watson wants to take it into the paint, does, floats it, and gets it.
Yeah, Odom just kind of reached out and kind of waved his hand. He's got to get his body in front and stop that dribble, then get back to his man.
Pacific's led by as many as 5. They lead by 2 as we approach the 11-minute mark in the first half. Donovan Williams to Nick Blake. Blake, arguably the most athletic guy on this Pacific team. Back to Williams. Donovan, a lift fake, gets into the paint, scoops it up, and in.
He should do that all night. Just drive, 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 and drive.
Also, freshman William Garcia Adson on the floor for the Tigers, the freshman from Stockholm, Sweden, as Nemhart finds some room for a 3. Misses. Garcia Adson did a nice job sticking his nose in there for the rebound, and then a loose ball foul called on Gonzaga. And that's going to be on Dusty Stromer. Cam Denson right back in there. Mekhi Richards will check out. Mekhi Richards, by the way, was 6 points, so he's been the leading scorer for the Tigers. He'll get a rest. Williams thought about a 3, gives it up to Blake instead. Odom, what a dish to Garcia Adson, but he was not ready. That was a fastball, and he put it right there.
Good passes are caught. I'm just going to make that statement. Good passes are caught.
So a turnover, and it turns into a 3 for the Bulldogs. So 15-14 Pacific. Blake off a screen to Denson. Denson trying to go at Hickman, banging his way in. Sandwich between defenders to Blake, to Odom. 5 to shoot. Odom, fade away, got it.
Had a bigger guy on him, so he penetrated and stepped back, created some space for a good jump shot.
Ryan Nemhard, Tiger bench wanted a legal screen there, and they find Hickman near corner for 3, and he buries it.
You know, sometimes they want a legal screen because the guy gets screened hard, but it was just a good screen. And they want, too many people want to call offensive fouls, when you set a hard screen.
So Gonzaga has tied it at 17 with that make. Williams lost his dribble. And now to Denson. And Denson's bumped. I don't think that's going to be a shot. I think I was very clearly on the floor. No shot. And the foul's going to be on Anton Watson. And that'll get Tan Yıldızoğlu, the freshman from Istanbul, on the floor. Mo Odom will get a rest here for Pacific. Odom with 4 points and 2 assists. Donovan Williams out to Denson. Denson through the paint to Garcia Addison, who barely tipped the iron with that three. So now Gonzaga a chance to lead, if you believe it, for the first time. And Garcia Addison's going to commit the foul there, trying to stop Ben Gregg. And that is the 5th team foul on the Tigers. Layson Hallams Jr. gets in there for Pacific. Donovan Williams gets a rest, and Mekhi Richards will get in there for Garcia Addison. From baseline left, Nembhard will trigger in. And Huff lost it, and they're going to say out of bounds off of Pacific, so Gonzaga will retain possession, 18 on the shot clock. It was a big defensive possession here for the Tigers, big defensive stand if they can have one. Gonzaga hasn't led in this game, a chance to kind of keep momentum on their side if you're Pacific. Nembhard is going to be fouled.
Can't let guys go right for downhill. You know, you got to get on that right hand, especially down the middle of the court. Make them go to the left. Get people in there. Gonzaga's not shooting great from the outside. I think if you're going to get beat, make them beat you from the outside and not get to the free throw line.
Tanya Zolu committed the foul for Pacific. And Nembhard misses the first. By the way, Gonzaga did have a lead. It was a 2-point lead. Yeah, it was 2-0, but they've not led since. And Nembhard trying to change that. And he can't. He missed them both. And again, Nembhard is 79% free throw shooter. And he's missed 3 from the line. Zolu terminates the dribble and gets it to Blake. 8 to shoot. Blake, big spin move, lost a handle, gets it back. Blake has to shoot and nails it.
Those are kind of lucky. You got a lot of one-on-one and just hope things work out. Tigers need that basket, but they need to get ball movement, get easier shots.
Nembhard from the right elbow ties it right back up. Nembhard, 43% from the floor. He averages 12.5 a game, but he's also their leading assist man, 6.5 assists per game. So really a big part of the engine that makes Gonzaga go is Zolu. Lost it, and Nembhard comes away with the loose ball. And Nembhard lob to Gregg, who's met by Richards, and they're going to get Richards for the foul here.
Guys got to get back faster. When they see a turnover, they got to sprint back, get in there and clog it up.
So the foul's going to be on Mekhi Richards. Simo Odom has checked in at the scorer's table for Pacific, and he'll be back on the floor for the Tigers when we come back after this timeout on the floor here in Stockton. 7:33 to go in the first half. It's the Tigers and the Zags tied at 19 on ESPN+. At the under 8 timeout in the first half, Zach Bayruti, Bob Thomason, glad to have you along on ESPN+. The Tigers and the Zags tied at 19. Again, Gonzaga's only lead was when it was 2-0. Pacific's led by as many as 5. The Tigers have led for over 7 minutes this first half. Gonzaga's led for just 23 seconds after it took a while for these teams to start scoring. But for the Tigers, they have to be very pleased with the energy they've come with here tonight, at least at the start of the game, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they're playing well. They sometimes get caught in over-dribbling and going one-on-one all the time, and hopefully they can create a bucket from that. But I'd like to see a few more screens, some ball movement, and with the dribble penetration.
The official's going over to Mark Few. I don't know what's up. Let me see. Looks like something about coming out of the under 12 media timeout. There was something that happened as far as the official scorebook. So they're going to check to see if the score is right, if I'm understanding correctly. Let's get an explanation here.
Checking the score. They're coming out of that under 12 media timeout, 11:48. Pacific has 2 free throws. We're not sure if they scored both of them, so that's what we're taking
Okay. So it's coming. Thank you. Coming out of the under 12 media timeout, Pacific had 2 free throws, and they're not sure if they scored both of them. So I'm going to go back and see here. So Denson did make both free throws. And they're checking the official book.
Well, you know why they're checking it? Because Denson was used to shoot 41%. And they didn't think he could make 2 in a row.
They want to make sure you get them both. Give him credit for both. So the officials are at the monitor. He did make them both, right?
That's a long time ago.
Why can't we remember? I mean, it says it did. On the play-by-play, it says he did. I thought he did. Trying to read lips over there off to our left.
Can't they go back and look at the free throws with the tape?
So Cam Denson missed a free throw, and they gave him a free throw, I guess.
You think they would have stopped it before this time? The people on the bench.
Yeah, so they gave him credit for 2. He made 1 of 2. As Greg's free throw is good.
They used to call that home court advantage.
Man, if that was home court advantage back in the day, that was quite something. As Greg makes them both. So again, they took a point off the board for Pacific, so now Gonzaga leads 21-18.
See how they're dribbling, they're stagnant. They're just waiting for a screen that they don't even really screen.
Odom, though, finds a
Odom
crease.
does it on himself. But you just can't win against good teams going on yourself all the time. You're going to happen to once in a while you can do that.
This is Hickman with a little stutter move. Hickman swarmed down there. Will get it out. And now in the hands of Watson, who tries to go baseline, spins back to the paint, and he'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
I mean, Denson just reached in there and fouled him on the wrist. And when you foul a shooter, you got to make sure they don't make the free throw. You know, you never want an and-one. But again, use your body. When guys are spinning like that, get your body and let them spin right into you.
And Watson, ugly duckling of a free throw, but it falls. Just kind of deadened off the heel and it fell through. Denson out, Williams back in for the Tigers. So it's Odom, Blake, Williams, Hallems, and Richards for the Tigers. And for the Zags, it's Nembhard, Stromer, Hickman, Watson, and Gregg.
Tigers got to get Blake going. You know, he was pretty good offensive player, scoring some points, and also in the last few games is just getting shut down.
Odom splits defenders, then kicks it out. Williams for 3. Nembhard creeps into about 17 feet, can't get it to go, and a good rebound there by Nick Blake, getting higher than everybody. Odom, nice dish down low to Williams, who goes up and gets fouled. I think it's going to be on Watson.
Kind of a touch foul on the body, because it definitely was a block on the shot.
Yeah, it was on Watson. So Donovan Williams will attempt to pair. Williams averaging just over 9 points a game for the Tigers, and talk about a guy that is hot or cold. I mean, he can be a complete difference maker some nights and then absent other nights, but from the line, a 64% free throw shooter. But he's more capable from the line than that number would suggest, as he drains both of those.
Kind of like when he gets hitting shots, he relaxes a little and continues to hit shots.
Gregg will launch, and it's short, and the long rebound comes out to Nembhard, so a second chance opportunity for Gonzaga. Stromer misses everything, and Blake will save it to Williams. Tigers looking to get out and run, perhaps. Odom to Tyler Beard, who's just checked in, and Beard can't quite get it to fall.
It's a good shot for him. It's a good shot for him.
Yeah, you love the look there for Tyler Beard. Stromer down low, and he traveled. So
the last long rebound that Gonzaga got, Williams was leaking out on the fast break, and the ball bounced right where he should have been. So you can't expect to rebound when you're going down the fast break. All five guys got a rebound for the Tigers.
Stromer with the turnover for Gonzaga. Again, a true freshman. Nick Blake will rise up, and it's an air ball. Looking to push, and Donovan Williams disrupts that. They were trying to get it ahead to Ben Gregg. And so with 4:58 to go, the ball stays with Gonzaga. The Zags leading by 2.
See how Beard got over there and stopped that penetration right with his chest.
Tigers for a moment showed a double team, then it backed off, and Huff will take it and somehow find it some space to get it through the cylinder. That was a big drive there by Braden Huff, and I thought decent defense played by Pacific.
Not bad defense. A little too much penetration for a big guy like that, but
it was a high degree of difficulty on that finish for Braden Huff. Odom, a little head fake to Williams with 10 on the shot timer.
That's their first pass, and there's 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Williams a drive, and
what a shot! What a drive! And he should. Remember earlier I said he should be doing that all the time. Keep pressure on the Zags. Get them in foul trouble.
Huff is rejected by Mekhi Richards out of nowhere. Under 4 to go in the first half, and the Tigers a chance to tie or take the lead. Pacific has led for most of this half. Good pass from Odom to Richards, left hand, and that shot I think partially blocked by Ben Gregg. Nembhard, good bounce pass, and unable to stuff it, Gregg, but
Richards
he got
can't
fouled.
take that long to get back. I mean, you know, he's got to get back there and clog things up for him.
So free throws coming for Ben Gregg when we come back after this timeout on the floor from the Spanos Center, and it comes with 3:32 to go in the first half. The Gonzaga Bulldogs 26, the Pacific Tigers 24. And we're back after this on ESPN+. 3:32 to go in the first half, and Gonzaga 26, Pacific 24. The Bulldogs will shoot free throws when we come out of the media timeout. Tigers, I mentioned, have led for most of this first half. Gonzaga is creeping in on that, though. Gonzaga's led for 6 minutes, 11 seconds. The Tigers have led for 6 minutes, 34 seconds. But for our intents and purposes, this is a neck-and-neck first half.
Well, you know, Pacific, you know, against USF when they played them here, went overtime. They played them very well, and USF's a very good basketball team. So they've been playing these teams pretty tough. And so Pacific just needs to keep on fast breaks. Fast break, get to the basket, penetrate, take good shots. Then when you don't have it, then you can use the clock a little by pass the ball a little more. But the dribble penetration is going well.
Ben Gregg, the junior from Clackamas, Oregon. Played in a career-high 36 games as a sophomore last year, averaged just over 5 points a game. And he extends the Gonzaga lead to 4, which matches their largest lead of the contest. Richards slipping to the basket, was walled off there, so he'll feed it back out to Beard, and now to Donovan Williams. Nick Blake has the ball knocked away. Gregg with it, and Gregg with the layup.
You know they're jumping out on the on-ball screens. That's why slipping things or moving the ball, but they should be prepared for that. You shouldn't be surprised by them jumping that hard. They've done it all game.
Odom skips it to Beard. He's open and drains it.
Beard's one of their best three-point shooters on the team, and he should be looking for those shots all.
Gonzaga back up the floor quickly, as I mentioned before. That's been their MO for years. Stromer to Greg. Greg will go with the right hand and get it to go, and he's going to the line. So Ben Gregg has been big time here for the Zags.
See, you're just letting him go where he wants to go, and then you foul the shooter. You can't foul shooters in college basketball. I believe that. And then you go get him, make him pick the ball up. Then you can get back to your man.
William Garcia Adson comes in. Mekhi Richards will check out.
Tigers got to be careful this last 2.5 minutes. Way too many fouls.
Greg can't complete the three-point play, but Gonzaga might get more than they bargained for with Hickman taking a three, but that's short. And Nick Blake crashing the glass there. And William Garcia Adson is down, holding his right ankle. The Tigers are without Burke Smith tonight, one of their bigger guys, a stretch four. He has a virus, so he is out tonight. So the Tigers are already a bit thin. And if William Garcia Adson can't continue, that might make it very challenging moving forward here as far as just having some size out there. So we'll hope that that's just maybe a twist, but right now he's not putting any pressure on that
Doesn't
right
look
ankle.
like just a twist.
Yeah. So Greg Outlaw is summoned off the bench.
Hey, Don, you go number 4, Don. Greg, you
Looks
got
like he just
33.
did that on his own.
You got 4. 50 high. 50 high. Nick, you got 11. Nick, you got 11.
32-27, Gonzaga by 5. And we're getting towards 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Blake will take it, dish it out to Odom for 3. And Outlaw couldn't quite clamp it for the Tigers. He had a chance. Braden Huff couldn't get it on the first try, and Outlaw was unable to steal it from him. Corkscrewing his way down low is Huff.
They're fouling him. You got belly up. You got to know how to belly up and make people make shots in the post. They foul him about every time Gonzaga's made a post move. They're going to keep on throwing the ball in there and going.
Greg Outlaw commits the foul. And that first free throw will not fall for Braden Huff, a 46% free throw shooter. Mentioned from Glen Ellen, Illinois. At Glenbard West High School, he's a 4-star recruit, Mr. Basketball in the state of Illinois after his senior season. And he misses both free throws. So the Tigers dodging a bullet there. Gonzaga's only committed 7 fouls, by the way, so the Tigers still in the 1-1, whereas Pacific has committed 10, so the Zags already in the double bonus here for the half. Four to shoot. Odom launches and connects.
That was a big shot for the Tigers, but not very much action, as far as movement.
And down low, Tigers going to give 2 right back there as Huff gets loose for the dunk. Well, you certainly can't rest on your laurels when you play Gonzaga. I mean, they get up the floor quick. They have purpose to what they're doing. And the euphoria of Odom's 3 was short-lived there. 6 to shoot. Tyler Beard, a shot fake, trying to drive the baseline, and they're going to call a foul here on Hickman.
Good.
So 1-1 coming for Tyler Beard, I beg your pardon. Beard has not attempted a lot of free throws this season. He's 6 of 11. He has a chance now to draw Pacific within 2. And this is a 2-for-1 here for the Tigers, as 10.9 seconds separate the shot and game clock. And now Leonard Perry's going to call a timeout. And so if you're Pacific, coach, this is a great opportunity with this last defensive stand, you would imagine, and then if they can get a rebound, the last offensive possession. And this is just a big opportunity here for the Tigers to finish what's been a very good half strong.
Yeah, and their half's been good already. I mean, if they can make a stop, whether they score or not, even if they're down 4, that's not a big deal in a game like this. But the Tigers have been fouling too much lately. They've been fouling too much. And they need to get their defense compacted so they can help each other out and make Gonzaga make shots. They're not doing a great job making shots. They're doing a great job getting to the free throw line, and I know they've missed some free throws. But then the Tigers want to get it up the court and get a shot off, a good shot off to finish the half.
So Ryan Nembhard brings the ball up the floor.
Tigers go to the zone defense.
Stromer to Hickman. And down low to Gregg, who's blocked from behind. Loose ball. Williams gathers it. And the Tigers will slow it down and hope for the last shot of the half. A chance to tie or take the lead. This is an intriguing possession here for Pacific. 5 seconds, and Odom still dribbling. Odom pulls up for a long 3. Got it!
Great way to finish the half for the Tigers.
And that brings the Spano Center to life here in Stockton. So Mo Odom with a 3 to end the half, and the Tigers will head to the locker room with a 1-point lead coming into this game as 25-point dogs. And they got a 1-point lead going into the locker room, and that's something, especially off of that lopsided loss, they have to feel very good about.
It was a good decision to go to the zone because they've been going inside too much, and it made Gonzaga, first time he faced the zone, be a little more patient, and they didn't really get a good shot, almost got a turnover. The Tigers did a great job of working it. Mo thinks he's hitting some good three-point shot shooting tonight, took his time and got a little crease there for a wide-open shot.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we will have a halftime report. We'll go over the numbers from the first half and break down what transpired as the Tigers lead by 1 here at intermission. Again, our score at halftime, Pacific 35, Gonzaga 34. We're back with a halftime report next on ESPN+. Welcome back inside the Alex G. Spano Center. Zach Bayruti and Bob Thomason, glad to have had you with us for the first half here from Stockton. And for the Tigers, it is a lead, a 35-34 lead here at intermission. We'll go over the numbers here in just a moment. Once we get our halftime stats passed along to us, which we have not already. There we go, yeah. We have one more of those. Thank you. So here we got our halftime stats, better late than never. And, Coach, first of all, before we get to the numbers, that was a heck of a half for the Tigers, leading by 1. Obviously, nobody gave them a shot coming in here, especially after that 48-point loss to St. Mary's on Thursday. And it's really impressive how Pacific, I think, has come out and I think had a belief in themselves that they could come out and stand toe-to-toe with the Zags here tonight.
I think one thing about college basketball is, like, once you get done with a game, you got to go through the game as far as what kind of goals and what problems you had, but then you got to put it to bed and get to the next game, and every game is completely different. You know, one team guards you really hard where you can't do anything, the other team lets you do some things. So the Tigers done a great job with tempo of the game. Sometimes they just go dribble a little too much and not go anywhere, where if they can make a combination of the passing and the dribbling and the penetration and take good shots, then you have a chance.
From a Zags perspective, what's the problem here with Gonzaga?
Well, one is, they're shooting 18% from the 3. And that's why the Tigers let them off the hook when they start fouling them too much when the ball's inside. I would get in there, collapse, and get in there and dig those balls out and belly up a little better and make them kick the ball out and shoot threes. I'm not saying they can't make threes, but I think if you want to get beat tonight, you want them making threes to beat you, not going to the free throw line.
Let's take a look at the numbers from the first half, and we'll start with Pacific. And they were led by Mo Odom, who had 12 points. Odom had that big three at the end of the half, and that's, I think, a huge shot in more ways than one. Obviously, it's 3 points. He gives Pacific the lead, but also sends them into the locker room riding a high, and that has to do something for a team, right?
Well, it always is. I mean, you feel good about going in, but, again, the first 4 minutes of the second half, to me, is the second most important part of the game, except for the last 4 minutes. And so you got to come out and play the way you want to play. You can't be casual. You got to execute. You got to fight, because Gonzaga's going up there and they're not super happy about how they did, so they're going to come out with a fight, and you got to be able to match that and come out there and extend that lead.
There were a couple of Tigers with 6 points each. Makai Richards and Donovan Williams each with 6 points. And boy, you'd like to see Donovan Williams keep getting downhill, keep getting the basket. We've seen a couple of good drives out of him, and you brought up the point that he's really tough to handle when he gets going like that.
Yeah, he's strong. He can really hang in the air and go both ways. To me, that's what he should be doing. You get a wide open 15-footer, that's great. 3-point shots. If he's wide open inside the 15 second of the shot clock, okay, take that shot. But there's some guys that are okay 3-point shooters that should shoot the ball late in the shot clock, but you don't want to be shooting too early if you're just an average 3-point shooter.
Well, a guy that should be shooting, you brought up the point, Tyler Beard with 5 points on 1 of 2, and that's from beyond the arc. And boy, when he gets on-balance threes, especially when he's open, he can really make
He's
them.
a good free throw shooter. He's a heady player. He's a smart player. He hasn't been playing as much lately for some reason, but to me, the Tigers need his shooting. They need Martindale's shooting also and his ability to drive. Then you can keep people at home so other guys can drive the ball to the basket.
3 points for Judson Martindale, 1 point for Cam Denson, and I think I left out Nick Blake, who had 2 points. Another guy you'd like to see the Tigers get going. Pacific 13 of 29 in the first half, 45%, 4 of 11 from 3, and 5 of 7 from the free throw line. On the other side for Gonzaga, they had 2 players leading the way with 8 points. Nolan Hickman on 2 of 4, all from beyond the arc. He had 2 free throws as well. And then Ben Gregg, 2 of 4, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. A guy that was a no-show in that first half for Gonzaga, who can be a difference maker, is Graham Ike. He had 2 quick fouls, and he only saw the floor for 3 minutes and 51 seconds.
Well, I guess he has a philosophy to hold him out with 2 fouls, but that's something. Well, we'll see his effectiveness in the second half, but the Tigers can't allow them to shoot 14 free throws in a half. I was always upset when the team got 20 for the whole game. I did not want them shooting 20 free throws. And I just thought that make people grind and make hard shots the whole game, because teams don't like to do that. And they have to kind of straighten that out this half, because they're fouling too much and they're getting to the line. And I think if they continue that, Gonzaga will pull away and win this game.
Anton Watson, 7 points on 3 of 5 for Gonzaga. Braden Huff with 6 points on 3 of 6. And then it was 3 points for Ryan Nemhard, 2 points, as I mentioned, for EK. The Zags, 44%, 12 of 27. They were just 2 of 11, as Coach mentioned, from 3, so that hurt them. And then just 8 of 14 from the free throw line. So some un-Gonzaga-like numbers there in the first half for Mark Few's bunch. Turnovers, the Tigers turned the ball over 4 times, so really good. Gonzaga was still able to generate 8 points off those 4 turnovers out of the fast break. The Zags turned the ball over 5 times, and Pacific just 3 points off the turnovers. As far as the rebounding goes, Gonzaga leading on the boards 19-14, 4-2 on the offensive glass. But the Tigers have suffered much worse than that difference on the glass.
Well, sometimes, I know the Tigers don't rebound a lot of guys on the offensive glass, but there's a difference in getting 15 to 17, 18 feet and look for long rebounds and then get back, rather than just run back to half court. Because there have been a lot of rebounds where I think if they were hanging into that top of the key, they could go get those. And if you get 3 or 4 of those a game, it can change the outcome of the game.
There were 5 lead changes, 1 tie. Pacific led by as many as 5. Gonzaga led by as many as 6. But it's the Tigers who lead at intermission. 35-34 is our score here at halftime. So it'll be an intriguing second half, to say the least. We'll step aside and we'll come back here in a few minutes with the start of the second half. That's coming up next. The Tigers and the Zags, second half on the way here on ESPN+. We're about 90 seconds from the start of the second half. Zach Bayruti, Bob Thomason here in Stockton, where Pacific, to the surprise of many, leading Gonzaga 35-34 here at halftime. Taking a look at what else is going on around the WCC. 2 games have gone final. San Francisco defeating Portland 76-64. San Diego winning at Pepperdine 69-67. Boy, I keep saying it, that Pepperdine team is really talented, but just not quite buttoned up. And with all that talent, you would expect Pepperdine to win a few more games, and that is a disheartening loss for them, especially at home. And in Moraga, St. Mary's leading LMU 30-23 at halftime there. So that's a look around the West Coast Conference. What are some keys here for both teams, Coach, in the second half?
Well, shot selection is going to be really key for the Tigers. And I think to minimize fouls, especially in the post, and just keep on taking good shots. You know, the Tigers they're not capable of breaking this game open, I don't think. But I think they're just going to have to win a close game at the end.
What about for Gonzaga? For Gonzaga, they're obviously disheartened with their first half performance.
Well,
so what do you expect Mark Few to do here to start that?
I think they're going to try to pound the ball inside a little more because they were getting really effective, not only scoring, but getting the free throw line and maybe a little better penetration. They're going to not stop taking threes, but you want to take really good threes.
So in just a few seconds, we will get the ball inbounded and start the second half. As far as what's on deck for these teams, for the Tigers, they will stay at home. Portland coming to the Spanos Center on Thursday. That'll be a 7 p.m. tip here in Stockton. For Gonzaga, they will go home and host LMU, and that's a team that beat them at the Kennel last year. So I think Gonzaga will have vivid memories of what happened there against LMU a season ago. But first things first, the start of the second half is upon us, and Anton Watson will inbound for the Zags. Hickman to Ike, who, again, didn't even play 4 minutes in the first half. Ike spinning baseline, goes up, makes it, and they will count it, and the foul's going to be
double team down
on
there.
Richards.
They had the double team down there, and he couldn't do anything. And they left the double team, and he turns around and shoots, and they foul him for a three-point play.
So Graham Ike, a 75% free throw shooter. Their leading scorer, 15 points a game. And a three-point play for Ike, who again only had 2 points in the first half. So he's already eclipsed that on Gonzaga's first possession of the second half. And now the Tigers' first possession. Odom, who had that three to end the first half, had the ball knocked away by Hickman. Odom for somewhere to go, shovels it off to Denson. Denson goes up, gets blocked by Ike, 4 to shoot. Denson spinning into Ike, and Judson Martindale came out of nowhere and tipped it in.
Great hustle on the offensive glass.
And the shot clock was at 1 when Martindale got his hand in there. Ike, and he is rejected emphatically by Denson. The ball pinballing finds the hands of Watson, who lays it up and in.
Gotta get that loose ball.
Well, Coach, you were right about one thing. Gonzaga looks like they want to pound it inside. They've gone inside twice now to Ike. And I'm sure they missed his presence again. They chose to sit him with 2 fouls in the first half. Denson puts the ball on the floor. Denson will put a floater up and in.
Put the ball on the floor. And they don't need to guard him on the outside. They know he's not going to shoot the ball. They just got to cut his penetration off.
Ike with Richards on him. Ike spins baseline up with the left hand, and that's a great touch from the big man.
Yeah, big man likes that. He can put the ball on the floor, take his time. He knows he's one-on-one. Good players are going to score that a high percentage of the time.
So Graham Ike, the Wyoming transfer, coming to life here in the second half for the Zags. Denson again will go inside. Gregg on him. Denson, couple of shot fakes. Denson misses everything.
Not a good shot.
Wasn't there. Gregg will launch, and it's off the mark. By the way, Gregg, a 34% shooter from outside, so he can make him out there. And it's going to stay with the Tigers.
Not a good place for Odom to dribble to the baseline and pick the ball up. You need to back that dribble up and create some space. I mean, you pick it up, you can get stuck there. Very lucky to keep that ball after that pass.
Tigers want the horns action here, so Denson comes up, sets the screen, then gets it back. Denson, a bit too strong. That was on line.
Now you want him shooting threes? 50% free throw shooter? I think that's not what they're looking for.
Nemhard to Ike. Ike spins baseline, and Ike got the side of the backboard, but the Tigers can't get the loose ball. Now Nemhard to Watson, and Watson blocked from behind, but simultaneously fouled by Judson Martindale. By the way, for Denson, that was his 11th three-point attempt this season. He's 2 for 11 on the year. And Anton Watson misses. Watson now 1 of 2 from the line. Boy, Gonzaga's really struggled from the line in this game. Gonzaga 9 of 16. And 1 of 2. Zags lead by 3. Nick Blake to Mo Odom. Odom shimmies right, dribbles left, and now back right, spins left. Odom in the paint, floats it up, but no good. Tough shot. Going to Ike again. And Ike, despite being swarmed, finds a crease and lays it up and in. And if he's going to get going like that, it's going to be a long second half for the Tigers. Why isn't
they get going? They're going to go there every time.
Blake will drive in to Watson, and a blocking foul called on Watson.
Those are tough calls. You know, either way you call it, someone's going to be upset. I always look at did the offensive player force the action? And if he did, that to me is an offensive foul.
Well, it takes us to a timeout on the floor, our first of the second half. 15:49 to go. In regulation, it's Gonzaga 44, Pacific 39 on ESPN+. 15:49 to go in the second half. Zach Bay-Rudy, Bob Thomason, glad to have you with us. West Coast Conference Hoops on ESPN+. Mo Odom will inbound to Makai Richards after a Gonzaga blocking foul on Anton Watson took us into the under-16 timeout. Odom to Donovan Williams. Williams off the dribble, and a foul here on the Zags. And that's going to be on Ryan Nemhard.
You got to do that more.
Second team foul in the second half. Each team has committed 2, and then the Tigers turn it over.
And they give up.
Nemhard missed the dunk.
They're lucky there.
Nemhard was going for style points. Williams thought about a long 3, lift fake, drive, and he is blocked from behind by Ike. Those are good hands there by Ike.
That was a very good drive.
Ike feeling it, and he drains it. Graham Ike can do a lot for you, as we've seen here in the second half. He's been a monster. He's 36% from beyond the arc this season. And Graham Ike, who had just 2 points in the first half, is again coming to life for Gonzaga. Ike now with 12 after that made shot. And Gonzaga now with its biggest lead of the night. Williams gets fouled.
They're lucky on that. No.
Didn't seem like there was much available there, so
Well,
Williams
a
with the drive.
defensive player, they have to understand what he's trying to do and just play good defense, get your hands straight up, make him make that shot.
Free throw for Williams is good. Donovan Williams 3 for 3 now from the line, and he's got 7 points. Again, Mo Odom leading the way for Pacific with 12. And Williams connects on both, so he stays perfect from the stripe, and it's a 6-point spread. Gonzaga 47, Pacific 41.
Tigers are back in the zone defense.
This is Stromer, and he's way short, and it's going to be Pacific basketball. Stromer 35% from 3 on the year.
I bet you he hasn't had a lot of air balls this year, though.
Stromer 0 for 2 now from beyond the arc. 0 for 3, beg your pardon, from beyond the arc and from the floor. So all of his field goal attempts have been threes. Williams and Martindale could have had a shot there. Instead, he'll drive, and they're going to say it just rolled off his hand. No foul.
I think that's a good call. I think he just forced it. He had a wide open shot, number one, out here on the top. But he's got to take an extra dribble and get off both feet to the basket. He picked it up too early. Now he's stretching through that, makes it too difficult of a shot.
Yeah, and I think Leonard Perry wanted to see him shoot the ball because that's his game. But Gonzaga with the ball and a 6-point lead. Straightaway 3 is off the mark from Hickman. The rebound taken by Denson. Big board there for Denson. Odom thought about it, thinks better of it. And they'll enter it to Denson, and it got deflected away. And had that pass been feathered, that would have been a layup.
A lot of standing the off ball over here. They're not getting movement so people can go help. They got to interchange, cut the basket, move. Make it hard on Gonzaga.
Odom's going to take the 3 and off the mark. And Anton Watson skies for the rebound. Hickman knifing through the D, and a floater is good.
Tough shot, though.
Gonzaga by 8. Denson on the baseline, sneaks by EK, but then hits the bottom of the rim. They're going to EK again. Why not? He's been unstoppable and remains so.
Unless they're going to double him, get in there and double him, he's going to continue to do that the rest of the game.
So now Gonzaga leads by 10, and this is where, if you're the Tigers, you really have to watch out. Because these types of runs are patented for Gonzaga, where they just go on a big old run and put you away. Tigers have not scored in over 2.5 minutes. This is now a 12-2 run for the Zags, and we have a whistle. And the foul's going to be on Ryan Nemhard. Mo Odom. And Odom hands to Denson, curling in, and Denson
That was a good drive right there. He lowered his shoulder and went right to the basket. No back off.
The Tigers needed that. Again, they've been scoreless for over 2.5 minutes. And that's going to be off the bottom of the backboard for Greg. Odom looking to push. What a bounce pass ahead to Williams, and what a finish.
Oh. Great pass, great catch, and to gather himself and finish that was pretty impressive.
Looked like Gonzaga might have been about to deliver a knockout blow. Instead, the Tigers have punched back, and they force Mark Few to call a timeout. First bench timeout of the second half. It stretches, becomes immediate timeout. That means we will take it as well. 11:29 to go in regulation. A good one tonight in Stockton. Gonzaga 51 and Pacific 45 on ESPN+. Gonzaga 51, Pacific 45 after a Mark Few timeout. Tigers back on the defensive end. Pacific looking for an upset here. Gonzaga stretched the lead to 10, but the Tigers have counterpunched as Hickman left wing three. That's off the mark, and Gonzaga continues to struggle from three, Coach.
Yeah, and what happens is when you start struggling, you get tighter and tighter, and those threes become more difficult.
Zags are now
3 for 16,
3
I
for
think.
16 from beyond the arc. Odom along two, falls back, can't get it to go. Tough shot.
That's not a great shot right there. I mean,
and a loose ball foul called on Cam Denson. This is going to be the under 12 media timeout, but that's not the shot the Tigers are looking for.
I don't think so. I think you need to keep on attacking the basket and take good three-point shots. You know, you just kind of take. He's worried about whether they fouled him or not. Well, if they're that close to you, you shouldn't be taking the shot. And the Tigers are forcing Gonzaga to shoot outside. It'll be interesting to see if Mark can get them, even when they're playing zone, get the ball inside. There's a lot of good ways you can get the ball inside against the zone.
10:53 to go in the second half. It's Gonzaga 51, Pacific 45 on ESPN+. Anton Watson turns around, misses a bunny, gets his own miss, and puts it back up and in.
They went right inside of the zone like you knew they would.
So 53-45. Gonzaga's lead is 8. Denson left of the lane, and EK jabbing at him. Denson will go off the dribble, stop in the paint, try and feed it out to Odom. It's deflected away by Gonzaga, and the Tigers keep it, but with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Denson with 5 to shoot. Slips to the bucket, misses the layup. Donovan Williams, though, great follow, and he'll draw a foul.
Great job. Good hustle play.
So Williams crashing late, and he'll be rewarded with a trip to the line, and that foul is going to be on Ryan Nembhard. That's Nembhard's third personal. The hustle of Williams rewarded there.
Well, I like them going to the offensive board. They got some good athletes, the Tigers, but once sometimes they go back on defense, they got to attack. You got to get extra possessions.
Williams stays perfect from the line, 5 of 5 now. Williams now the second Tiger in double figures, Mo Odom being the other with 12, but Odom does not have any second half points. 6-point Gonzaga lead as we reach the halfway mark here in the second half. And the Tigers create a turnover. Nick Blake wants to go into the paint, does, and a blocking foul, and Blake's going to get to the line.
He got the mismatch with a faster player, and he took him off the dribble, and that's what you want to do.
Fouls on Anton Watson. And again, just as it appeared Gonzaga was starting to create some game-changing separation, the Tigers have hung in there, and that's the Pacific's credit.
they scored, and they got a nice fast break score. Now they had a timeout. Gonzaga did go inside that zone really well, but they turned it over the second time.
So Nick Blake, who has 2 points in this game, will attempt his first free throws of the night. And the first one rattles through. For Nick Blake, he's a 68% free throw shooter. The Tigers is a team, not a good free throw shooting team, just 62% on the year.
Come on, Ty.
That's the trouble. Gonzaga's let the Tigers hang around this whole game. Once you get inside 10 minutes to go in a close game, you forget that the other team is supposed to be better than you are.
The Tigers have to be looking up at the scoreboard, and despite being the big underdogs in this game, think that they belong. That one got spit back out by the rim. Braden
They're
Huff
lucky
got
there.
right close.
When that ball goes inside, he's dribbling the ball. They got to get in there and knock those balls out of there and make him pass the ball back out. They're right there. They're going to score on that play over 50% of the time.
So a 4-point game. Pacific with the ball. Martindale, quick off the dribble to the baseline. Feeds out to Williams. Now across the way to Blake. Judson Martindale, a holy cross transfer to Tyler Beard. Beard for three. Got it.
Hey, that's the guy that needs to be shooting those threes.
And, Coach, you know as well as anybody, when the Spanos Center becomes a factor, this building can really come to life.
Oh, yeah.
And now the fans starting to get some juice. Ike.
Go get him. Go get him. That's it. See?
And
See, now you're making them pass the ball and do things they don't want to do.
Ike traveled. Pacific has not beaten Gonzaga since rejoining the West Coast Conference in 2013. Nick Blake gives the Tigers the lead.
He's starting to come around. He knows there's a mismatch there.
Tigers had been down 10, and now as we approach 8 minutes to go, Pacific leads by 1. This is a 7-0 run for the Tigers, and if you zoom out a little further, 11-2. Nemhard will answer for the Zags.
I would ignore that, him hitting that three. You know, just go back and do your thing.
Gonzaga has won 21
Tigers
of the previous
are
22
around right
matchups.
now. You got to keep the pressure on them. Move that ball.
Cam Denson will drive and then weave it back out with 7 to shoot. Denson is out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say a blocking foul.
That was a good call.
And that's going to be 1-1.
Tigers got stagnant that possession. For the time before that, they made about 6 or 7 passes, and they got a layup.
So Ben Gregg, the guilty party, and Cam Denson, who's 1 of 2 from the line in this game, will be headed back there when we come back after this timeout on the floor from Stockton. What a thriller tonight here in the Central Valley. With 7.5 minutes to go in regulation, it's Gonzaga 56, Pacific 54 on ESPN+. All right, 7.5 to go here in Stockton. Zach Bayruti, Bob Thomas, and Gonzaga 56, Pacific 54. The Tigers are going to get to the line here and a chance to tie it. Cam Denson is at the stripe. And what an answer from the Tigers here in the second half. They fell behind by 10. It looked like Graham Ike was going to have his way the entire half, but Tigers have figured things out defensively. They've been able to score some points, obviously, and they find themselves neck and neck with the Zags.
Yeah, they've gone to a zone defense, which helped keep the ball out of the middle of the court or real low post, but they got to continue to do that and make the Zags shoot the ball from the perimeter. Not that they can't do that, but if you're going to get beat at home, make them make three-point shots to beat you, not free throws or easy shots inside.
For the tie, and Denson much improved from the line. 56 up here in Stockton. And now the Spanos Center becomes a factor. Got the old wooden bleachers across the way from us, and they can really get loud over there. Gregg for three.
They've hit 2 threes back to back, but they got to challenge those guys. Just because you're in a zone does not mean you don't challenge shooters.
Gonzaga has struggled from beyond the arc in this game. We've talked about it, but Gregg making one at a key time there for the Zags. Denson, clumsy dribble. He's able to recover. Tyler Beard thought about launching. 4 to shoot and now 3. Denson will launch. Oh, he almost got it.
Not good possession for the Tigers. Need to get Odom back in the game also, I think.
Nembhard lost his dribble. Gives to Hickman. Nembhard for 3. And that will rattle through.
Oh, my goodness. Hits the side of the rim, hit the backboard, hit the side of the rim, and then went in.
So just like that, Gonzaga by 6. Martindale try and get one back, and Martindale with the step back broke the ankles of, I believe it was Braden Huff, but ugly looking shot there. Hickman able to find Nembhard in traffic. Ike got his pocket picked by Nick Blake. So Blake with active hands comes up with the steal. And Beard gonna go right to the 10 and lay it in.
Oh, what a hard shot that was.
Look out, it's Ike.
Oh.
And
you can't just do a little touch foul like on him. You got to make a hard foul. Nowadays in basketball, that's probably intentional, but you can't just make that little slap foul.
Well, boy, Ike was right there at the rim, and that hit every part of the rim and didn't drop through.
You don't know how that ball didn't go in.
Well, after Nembhard's 3 hit the front of the rim and bounced in, I think the Tigers were owed one there. Ike 1 for 1 from the line in this game, and make it 1 for 2. And Coach, you mentioned Mo Odom back on the floor here. Blake and Denson will check out. Ike splits him. (63-58) Gonzaga. Plenty of time here. 5 minutes remaining. Odom left his feet to pass and just didn't have anything there. And now Hickman for 3.
That's a big turnaround there. That's a 5-point play.
Odom slams the basketball a couple of times in frustration as he walks back to the bench as Leonard Perry calls a timeout.
Never a good idea to leave your feet to pass, number 1.
It's a 30-second timeout, by the way, so go ahead, Coach, continue with that.
Yeah, it's just never good to leave your feet because you don't have a lot of time to make a decision. If you just stride stop, you got 4 seconds before a 5-second count. You got a lot of time to take your time and make a good pass, but those passes usually lead to easy shots, and that was a 3. They've hit 3 of their last 4 threes, I think, Gonzaga, and so they're starting to settle down, but there's 42 to go. They have a chance here, and you just got to play great basketball.
What do you want to see the Tigers do more of offensively?
I think Blake driving, they just took him out of the game, but they got to keep on attacking these guys, but don't make bad decisions. And then if you got a good shot to kick it out to for a wide open shot, great. But defensively, they got to make stops. They can't foul as much in the last part. But they've only had 4 fouls this half, and that's made a lot of difference in the game.
Yeah, Tigers, as Coach mentioned, have only committed 4 fouls. Gonzaga's committed 7. So the Tigers in the 1-1, and Gonzaga's still a long way from it. So Beard inbounds to Odom. Odom to Beard, to Martindale. No hesitation, and Martindale drains the three. And boy,
that was a
Pacific
big shot
did that.
right there.
So Judson Martindale keeps the Tigers buoyed with under 4.5 to go.
Tigers back to man-to-man.
Nemhard for three. And now Gonzaga's making everything from beyond the arc.
Going under the screen. You got to get out there and still show and be tough.
Martindale passes up the three this time, gives this side to Beard. Shot fake, Beard, penetration. Bounce pass to Richards, and that pinball's out of bounds, and they say off of Pacific. I think that's just a tough pass for Richards to handle.
Yeah,
it.
I just don't think if they need to make that pass. Even though he was there, he can fake it, maybe to get a jump shot, or just kick it out, keep the ball.
Well, it's a under 4 immediate timeout, and it comes with 3:38 to go in regulation. Gonzaga 69, Pacific 61. We're back after this on ESPN+. .338 to go here in Stockton. Gonzaga trying to survive the Spanos Center tonight. 69-61, the Zags with the lead. The Tigers have given them all they can handle tonight. Gonzaga has led by as many as 10. The Tigers have led by as many as 5. Ike has been a favorite target here in the second half, but he'll give it out. And Nemhard will reset with 12 on the shot clock. Nemhard off the dribble. Off the glass, no. And a rebound taken by Gonzaga. They find Ike in the paint, goes up, and it's going to be a chance at a three-point play for Graham Ike.
Played pretty good defense there, but you got to get that rebound.
That's been the story of the Tigers season, the inability to get the rebound and second chance points for the opponent. And so Ike a chance to give Gonzaga its biggest lead of the night. And does. Boy, has he been special in the second half or what?
He sure has. He's big, strong, hit a three, made some free throws.
Ike with 18 points now. And a foul here on Nemhard, and it's going to be 1-1. We'll see who the shooter is. Looks like it's going to be Makai Richards. But Ike with 18 points. He had just 2 points and played only 3 minutes and 51 seconds in the first half.
Yeah, good players can do that. I mean, he didn't play because of foul trouble. They were just holding him out to keep him fresh for the second half, and they got the ball inside. And I said that early in the half. They're going to go inside every time, and they did. So the Tigers had to pack it in, and they hit some threes.
Makai Richards connects on the front end. For Richards, that's 7 points, and he's 1 of 2 now from the line. So Richards makes them both. Denson is back in. Under 3 minutes to go. It's a 9-point game, and the Pacific needs stops now.
They got to put a little pressure on him, too.
That was a nice screen and roll.
Tigers haven't put any pressure in the full court. They might get a turnover.
74-63. Odom trying to go in on Ike, and then a bad pass. I think that might about do it. This is Ike, and why not? He now has 20 points. 18 have come in the second half. Tigers quickly up the floor as we get to the 2-minute mark. Donovan Williams misses short, but he's going to get to the line.
That's a tough call because he's jumping right into the defense and forcing the action, and they gave it to him.
So Nemhard commits the foul, and he has fouled out. So Dusty Stromer is going to come in for Nemhard, who fouls out with 12 points on 4 of 9. He was 3 of 5 from outside. Nemhard hit a couple of big shots in the second half.
They did, and they got the Tigers to collapse, and they stepped up and made shots. You know they're capable of making them, but they weren't doing it the whole game. So the Tigers played smart and played pretty well tonight. They just didn't have enough in the tank to get it done. Odom had a great first half and really hasn't had any impact on the game in the second half. And you got to have, when you play well, you got to continue playing well through that whole game.
Donovan Williams had been 6 for 6 from the line prior to that miss. So this has been a tough couple of minutes here for Pacific, and Gonzaga now leading by 13. And we're down to the last 100 seconds. Hickman. And Gonzaga able to track down the rebound. And up top to Watson. Shovel pass to Stromer, was not ready for it, and the Tigers come away with a steal. Stromer was not ready for that pass. Odom. Tigers trying to go quick. Donovan Williams will drive. Williams in the paint over EK, gets the roll. And Pacific will call a timeout here, down by 11 with 1:13 to go. And for the Tigers, they need to create some havoc now and come up with a turnover or two to stay in this game.
Absolutely. You need some full court pressure, trapping, rotation. And then when it crosses half court, you might want to find out who the weakest free throw shooter is and make a foul, because you have to make this game longer than it is to have any chance to come back.
You know, actual victories have been hard to come by this season for the Tigers. Impossible, in fact, in West Coast Conference play. But, you know, do you take some moral victory out of this? I mean, you're hanging with the team that's the flag bearer in the conference. You know, you were neck and neck with them. You led them at half. You were kind of down to the wire with them. But what do you take away from this game if you're the Tigers tonight?
Well, there's some real positives compared to how they've played some of the league games this year. But they have to learn how to continue playing through the whole game. They have too many lulls in the game. You know, they get up 6 or 8, and they'll have a lull, and they'll be back to tied. And they have to figure out a way through the rotation of players and the way they're playing to keep it pretty steady through the whole game. And then the case is still not they're going to win all the games. No.
And the Tigers will foul Dusty Stromer in the backcourt. Stromer, though, is, he's not going to the line, but if he does get there, he's an 85% shooter. That's only the 5th team foul here in the second half on the Tigers. So Pacific can be really aggressive here with impunity and try and get a ball, and they do. Donovan Williams comes up with a steal. Williams will drive the baseline and stop. Williams out to Nick Blake. Blake, a shot fake. We'll give it to Cam Denson. Back out to Blake with Blake going into the defense. It's going to be a blocking foul on Nolan Hickman. So the Tigers get a steal.
Great steal by Williams, yeah.
But Blake's going to get to the line. And just to clean that up, the Tigers have committed now 6 team fouls. I was one off, so the next foul would put Gonzaga at the line.
And the way they're shooting free throws, that's not all bad.
And Gonzaga tonight, 12 of 20. The Tigers, 15 of 19. That was online and
missed 3 in a row right now. That's where you have to capitalize and then get a steal with, you know, all the things that are going wrong. You can't miss free throws.
Well, Blake 1 of 2, and it's a 10-point game with under a minute to go. And it'll force Gonzaga to call timeout here. Watson calls a timeout. And we'll see if it's going to be a 30 or a full. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take it as well. and step aside for a moment. 58.7 seconds to go. Gonzaga 76, Pacific 66. We're back in a moment on ESPN+. Gonzaga gets it in, and Watson to Gregg, and then they turn it over, and Nick Blake with a layup. And what a gift there for the Tigers. It's now 76-68. Tigers continue with the backcourt pressure. And now Gregg able to take it across midcourt. Gregg to Ike, out to Watson. Tigers need a foul here, and they're going to, I guess, foul Hickman. There goes the whistle finally. So Hickman gets fouled, and that is going to put Gonzaga in the 1-1. So Hickman, a 79% free throw shooter, is 2 for 2 from the line in this game. And he earns another. So back to a 10-point Gonzaga lead. And whatever the Tigers do here, they got to do it quickly. Martindale being swarmed to Mo Odom. And Odom spins in the paint. Odom hangs, can't convert. Gregg with the rebound, and he is fouled, and that should about do it. Donovan Williams commits the foul. And Gonzaga will escape here tonight with a win and improve to 6-1 in league. Tigers will fall to 0-7. This was a heck of an effort by Pacific tonight, especially on the heels of a 48-point loss. You know, it's just so tough to gauge how a team is going to come off a loss like that. And the Tigers came out with good energy tonight.
The Zags did not shoot the ball well from the perimeter and the free throw line early, but then they made key three-point shots down the stretch. The Tigers missed a few free throw opportunities, got a little one-on-one too much, but, you know, they played a good game. And hopefully they can learn from this and continue on so when Portland comes to town next week, they can play the same way.
Yeah, and that's a game that the Tigers certainly are eyeing. They're going to be winless in league, and that's a game they feel probably on the home court that they can certainly win. As Williams to Denson with the flush.
Very nice pass.
So back to a 10-point game, and
I don't like fouling now.
Odom will foul Hickman.
I always called my team, and he went to the no foul. We would press and try to steal the ball, but we're not going to foul. Because I mean, it gets to the point where you have no chance to win the game. Now we came back from 8 points in 37 seconds, so we had a chance, right? And so when you have a chance, you keep on fouling. But once there's no chance, then I just think it delays the game.
That's the barometer for me, that Utah State game, right, where you guys came back trailing 8.
I tell you, the one we did in Puerto Rico, we were down 7 with 15 seconds. We got the game to overtime, 1. That was pretty amazing, too.
Odom crosses over, will feed it to Denson, and he'll have a chance to complete a three-point play. And so with 9.6 seconds to go, foul's going to be on Ben Gregg, and Denson will be at the line. And for Cam Denson, he has 11 points, and he becomes the 4th Tiger to score in double figures.
Lakers.
Free throw is good. And that'll do it here at the Spanos Center. And it was an effort, heck of an effort from the Tigers tonight, who got oh so close. But Gonzaga survives here in Stockton. The Bulldogs 83 and the Tigers 73. And we will step aside. We'll come back and have a quick post game after these messages here from the Alex G. Spanos Center. And get our final score: Gonzaga 82 and Pacific 73. And we're back for the post game next on ESPN+. All right, back inside the Alex G. Spanos Center here in Stockton. It was a good one tonight here at the Spanos Center, but Gonzaga survives 82-73, our final score. I'm Zach Bayruti, he's Bob Thomason. Been great to have you with us tonight. Coach, this is a nice effort from Pacific, a team that you may have thought was a bit demoralized after a 48-point loss in Moraga on Thursday night, but Pacific came out with a lot of confidence. They made the game, I would say, grimy at the start. I mean, neither team was scoring right at the very start. And then they hit a three near the buzzer to lead at the half. They led 35-34 at the half. And if you're a Pacific fan, you got to be pleased with the way your team came out tonight after getting just ripped apart in Moraga on Thursday.
Yes, and they were very fortunate that Ike got 2 fouls early in that game. He didn't really play the rest of the half, so their inside game wasn't quite as effective. When they came out in the second half, they went right in there to him, and he had a fantastic second half, not only inside but outside and at the free throw line. So the Tigers made the Zags have to make some threes late, and they did, and they had to earn this victory, and the Zags did earn this victory. The Tigers did a nice job.
Yeah, Graham Ike was certainly the difference in the second half. 18 of his 20 points coming in half number 2. Let's give you the numbers, and we'll start on the Pacific side of the ledger where they had 4 players score in double figures. Donovan Williams, 14 points on 4 of 7, 6 of 8 from the line. And, Coach, he was good from the floor, obviously, but Williams just has such a knack for getting the free throw line. And tonight he was able to convert 6 of 8.
Yeah, and he missed his last 2, so he was 6 for 6 going to the last 2. So he played a really outstanding game tonight.
Cam Denson with 12 on 4 of 14. He was 4 of 5 from the line, which is notable. Mo Odom, 12 on 5 of 13. He was 2 of 5 from 3, including the 3 that ended the first half. 6 assists, but also 5 turnovers for Odom, and he really got shut down in the second half. He had 12 first-half points, and then in the second half went missing.
When he has such a great first half and you're hanging in there, your point guard, and second half, you not only don't score, but you turn the ball over. That really hurt the Tigers.
10 points for Tyler Beard on 3 of 4, and he's 2 of 3 from outside, 2 of 2 from the line. 9 points for Nick Blake on 3 of 5, and 8 points apiece for Judson Martindale and Makai Richards. Pacific in the first half, 45%, 13 of 29, 50% in the second half, 12 of 24. So for the game, not bad. The Tigers 25 of 53 from beyond the arc. They were 6 of 16, 37.5%. And from the free throw line, 17 of 22. You know, pre-flop, you'd probably take those numbers if you're Pacific.
Yeah, you wish you could get your 2-point percentage up a little higher, but the threes were fine. The free throws obviously were fine. And the turnovers were great the first half. I mean, not bad for 9 for the whole game, but they made some in the key times of the game when they had a chance to close it down.
On the other side for Gonzaga, Coach mentioned Graham Ike was the difference, obviously, in the second half, and that inside game created the outside game for him also. Gonzaga really struggled in the first half. From 3, they were 2 of 11. In the second half, they were 6 of 11. And that's, I think, the residual effect of Ike scoring 18 of his 20 points in the second half on 8 of 11. He was just really hard to handle.
Yeah, he's a load in there. He's big, he's strong, he's got good moves inside. He can go outside, make free throws, and he actually hit a 3. So when you have a player like that, you really have to make sure that you know what you're doing to counterbalance him, or he'll take over a game.
And that he did. 13 points for Ben Gregg on 3 of 6. He was 1 of 3 from outside, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. We forgot 19 points for Nolan Hickman on 5 of 10. He was 3 of 8 from outside, 6 of 6 from the line. So 20 for Ike, 19 for Hickman, and then 13 for Gregg. And then 12 points apiece for Anton Watson on 5 of 8 and Ryan Nemhard on 4 of 9, including 3 from beyond the arc. And 6 points for Braden Huff on 3 of 6 to round out the scoring for Gonzaga. The Zags in the first half, 12 of 26, 46%. Second half, 16 to 27, 59%. Again, aided by those close range baskets made by Ike. And then for the game, Gonzaga, 28 of 53, 53%. 8 of 22 from 3, 36%. And again, 6 of 11 in the second half after 2 of 11 in the first half. And then 18 of 26. Gonzaga struggled from the line at 69%. But I would call this effort from Gonzaga workmanlike. I mean, you expect Gonzaga to survive these types of moments, and you know what they did tonight.
Yeah, they just don't have the overall talent they've had in the past, so they're going to have to do it as a team, working together. They have good talent, and they can still win this conference and go to the NCAAs, but they're going to have to fine-tune all the little things they're doing to make sure that they stay positive and get better and better as the year goes on.
Turnovers. Pacific turned the ball over only 9 times. Gonzaga did generate 16 points off a turnover, so they did well when the Tigers did cough it up. Gonzaga turned the ball over 12 times. The Tigers also generated 16 points off turnovers. Points in the paint, Gonzaga 38, Pacific 32. And again, that was in large part Graham Ike in the second half for Gonzaga. The rebounding, Tigers were crushed on the glass again, 34-20, 8-4 on the offensive glass. Gonzaga with 12 second chance points, the Tigers with 8. So the second chance points, there wasn't that big separation like we saw in that Santa Clara game where it was like 18-1.
Yeah.
But,
better for the Tigers. I think they can still use their quickness to get some offensive rebounds rather than just run back all the time, because some rebounding is quickness and desire, not just size. And they got to take more advantage of that.
Points off the fast break, Gonzaga 11, Pacific 8. The Pacific bench outscored the Gonzaga bench, and the Tiger bench running a lot deeper, obviously, 19-6. There were 4 ties, 8 lead changes in this game. The Tigers led for just over 7 minutes, including once briefly in the second half. The Bulldogs led for 28 minutes and 7 seconds. Tigers had a 9-0 run at the 8:16 mark in the second half. That's when they kind of got their mojo back and took that brief lead. Gonzaga also had an 8-0 run in the second half, which was their largest run. Pacific's biggest lead was 5. Gonzaga's biggest lead was 13, and the Zags win this game by 9. 82-73, our final score. Just give us your final impressions here on both sides for Gonzaga and for Pacific.
Well, Gonzaga, when they had to step up, because, you're on the road to a team that hasn't won in the league and is not ranked very high in Division I. A loss to the Tigers tonight could be devastating to them. They had to step up. They did make their shots. They played smart. They made their free throws. And they did a nice job to get the win. And the Tigers played smart. I didn't like some of the leaving your feet to pass turnovers that kind of helped. It made a 5-point play in the second half and another 4-point play. I think you just got to be smart and efficient. You can't add fuel to the fire for those kind of turnovers. But the Zags are going to have to just continue to find ways to get better. I think they're going to have their hands full of St. Mary's both times. I think Santa Clara, they lost the first time. Santa Clara is a really good team.
Yeah.
They got good size. They have good shooting. And I think they're going to get better as a team. And USF already gave them a battle, and they have to go to USF. So they got a lot of tough games left in this league. And I think those 4 teams are going to battle all the way through the season. Then they're going to have to turn around and battle in the tournament.
I think it's going to be a fun WCC tournament. I really do. They call it the Gonzaga Invitational, but this year, who knows? I think it's, as Coach mentioned, just to echo his point, pretty wide open. What lies ahead for Gonzaga, they will have LMU at the Kennel, and that'll be on Tuesday. That's on the 30th, so on Tuesday. And don't think that Gonzaga doesn't remember what happened there last year. I mean, they demolished LMU on the return trip to LA after that. I don't know if you remember. It was something ridiculous.
I do.
It was. It should be fun to see the rematch up there at the Kennel after LMU won there last year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to be ready to play. They get back home, and they're a better team than LMU right now. But LMU does have a little saying that, hey, we won last year. We know we can do it again.
For the Tigers, they will host Portland here, and that'll be on Thursday, and that'll be a 7 p.m. tip. I'll be here with Coach Thomason for that on Thursday. It's been a lot of fun, Coach. Always appreciate sitting next to you.
Thanks, Zach.
Would like to thank everybody involved with the Pacific Athletics for helping make this broadcast possible. Robbie Kleinmans is the SID for men's basketball. Also, thanks to our terrific television crew here, Michael January, who produced and directed our broadcasts, his talented camera team. My partner is the great Bob Thomason, and I'm Zach Bayruti saying so long from the Spanos Center. Again, our final score tonight, the Gonzaga Bulldogs 82, the Pacific Tigers 73. We'll see you back here as the Tigers take on Portland this coming Thursday. Until then, so long. Have a good night. So long from Stockton.